Right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be doing a top 5 favourite houseplants of September. I don't know if this is how it works because it's now October, but I'm going to show you what was growing the best and what was my favourite in September, so I guess that works. I'm not going to do it in any particular order, only because it will take me like at least 10 minutes to decide the order of these. But I'm just going to be showing you 5 that have grown really well and that are looking really good, or that I'm like just super impressed with. So it's going to be probably a relatively short video. So what to start with first? I'll start with this. I'll go smallest and then work my way up. So this one is a Ripsalis Paradoxa, and this was one of my wish list plants, and I managed to find this on eBay for was it $5.99 or $4.99, and it was just 3 cuttings of about 15 centimeters in length. There were 3. The third one is still alive, but it was in here and it like flopped over, so I chopped it in half and stuck it in a propagator, and now both halves have rooted, so I just need to plant it back in here. But I'll show you a little close up. I just thought that was so interesting, and the thing that got me into this Rhipsalis was that every time I'd go to like a botanical garden or a show garden here in England, so I went to the Eden Project, I went to RHS Hyde Hall, RHS Wisley, and all 3 of them had Ripsalis Paradoxa in like their glass houses, and it was just amazing the way it like just hung down. It was like, it was just one of those plants that I just had to stop and just stare at for a minute and be like, that's really interesting. But like the leaf segments themselves are like triangular, and then it's like opposite triangles. Each segment is like different angled. I'm sure, I mean, you can see it yourself. I just thought that was really interesting. So that is one of my top favourites for September. I know it's not much to look at, but I was just really excited about it. So there's that one. Next let's go with this begonia. So this is my Begonia Griffon, and it is absolutely getting huge. Look at the size of that. It's so impressive, and this lighting is doing it justice. It's looking so shiny, and it is like, you can see the size of that, and that was just a cutting that a friend here on YouTube sent me, Nick from Glasshouse and Garden, and it has just grown huge. So this is the newest leaf coming through, and then there's another leaf coming through just there. So like, how could you not be impressed by that? Like my hands are pretty big, and yeah, so that is really, really impressive. So yeah, that is my second one, doing really well. I'm keeping it in a mix of multi-purpose compost, perlite, orchid bark, and sphagnum moss. There's not much orchid bark in there, it's just a little bit, but he seems to be doing fine. I keep him, I'd say probably I keep him on the damp side. He's dried out a couple of times and he's not shown any negative effects of drying out. But oh, I haven't shown you the underside of the leaves as well. Look how like deep red they are. Like, that is beautiful. So yeah, I do keep this one relatively moist, like just damp to the touch every now and like I'll water it when it starts to dry out, but I don't let it dry out intentionally, I'll say. Right. And that is just super impressive. I didn't know I'd love it as much as I do, and I'm really glad I do because it's really cool. Right, next up we'll go with my Skindapsus pictus, and I'm not sure of the cultivar name of this one because I've actually just bought 2 other Skindapsus pictus which both have cultivar names, whereas this one doesn't. But this is my original Skindapsus pictus, and it is growing super lovely, and it's just huge. It's actually massive. Like, I don't realise my houseplant's getting so big until I kind of look at them on camera and I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive. And the part in there is lovely. I don't intentionally let this one dry out either. I kind of wait for it to the top of the soil surface to look relatively dry, and then I'll water it. But when you don't water these, the leaves curl up, or when they're too dry for too long, it's dusty, the leaves actually start to curl up, kind of like that, kind of. So that's a good indication if you're like not super on top of your watering, just look for the leaves curling up, and then that's when you need to water it. But I don't like to wait that long. I'll always water it before that point, just so that there's no negative effects. But this is trailing really nicely. This obviously you can see is the back, and then this is the front. Oh, I haven't been saying where I've been keeping these. So the Rhipsalis I've just been keeping in this window here, which is a south-facing window. The Begonia Griffon I've been keeping under my propagator light, which you can see the illumination from. And then this one stays on my north-facing window, gets 0 direct sun. It gets like between low to medium bright indirect light. So yeah, and he seems to like it. So that is just amazing. I love the coloration on those leaves. And it's looking really good. So that's been one of my favourites since I got it, to be honest. It's just always grown so well. And I did take more cuttings off of this, so I've taken cuttings off this twice now. And yeah, he's doing really, really well, which I'm pleased about. Right, and then my second to last. Right, my second to last, so my fourth, is my Hoya Caneosa Crimson Princess, which has grown huge as well, and he's got some beautiful new leaves coming in. You can just like, that colour is amazing. I did just post a picture of those 2 leaves on my Instagram. Where are they? And that is beautiful. So they start out a deeper pink than that, and that is them starting to fade, believe it or not. So the pink is now starting to fade, and then it'll fade more to like this sort of pink, and then it will turn into the typical yellow variegation. So that is really impressive as well. There's a little bit of diversity with the colours of the new leaves on this guy, because you can see this new leaf here. Oh, actually, I know why. This new leaf here, if you can see, there is no variegation on that. And he's got, so there's 0 pink on that. And it's interesting, I noticed this the other day. So the leaves on this stem, you can see 2 variegated, 2 non-variegated. And if you actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but if you actually look at that stem itself, half of it is white and half of it is green. And on the green side, the leaves are coming out unvariegated, and on the white side, the leaves are coming out variegated. So I just found that really interesting, that even on one stem, you can have one half of one half of the stem variegated and one half of the stem non-variegated. And I just thought that was super, super interesting, and that will be why that leaf is coming through that colour and not pink. It all makes sense. This is really heavy. But yeah, he's looking huge, looking really pretty, and I did just take some cuttings off of him last night. I cut 4 sets of leaves off, and they are in the propagator, so hopefully soon they will be ready to, hopefully very soon they'll root, is what I'm trying to say. That is really impressive, that is lovely. So that is definitely, that's been one of my all-time favourites as well, because it's been so easy to keep. It's been like such low maintenance. Like when I say I treat it like a cactus, like that is no exaggeration. I water it once every 2 weeks, and even when I water it, I do not give it a lot. I just give it like, I don't know how I can even try to show you how much I give it. So like when I water it, I give it about that much water at a time, just to make sure that I don't overwater it, because overwatering a Hoya is like very detrimental to its health, whereas underwatering it is not going to die so quickly, and you can get a better grip or a better understanding as to what is enough water and what isn't. Whereas if you just fully bombard it with a load of water, you're not going to know how much water it is going to need. My brain is not working very well. Okay, number 5, which is another all-time favourite that I've had, which they've kind of been like cruising on this level. Like they've not peaked me up here so much, apart from the Griffon and the Rhipsalis. They've not like peaked me up here, but they've never taken me below content. I'm analysing it so weird. But this is my Rex Begonia, my original Rex Begonia, which you guys have seen a few times on my channel. But how impressive is that? Like you can't even see the pot anymore, and it's a tall pot. So like, that is just, if you can see that, it's just so pretty. And I found it interesting, and it's, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I was keeping this in a, what was it, west facing window for a long time, so it was getting a lot of, yeah, west. So it was getting a lot of evening sun, so evening sun is quite strong, and it was turning super red, like you couldn't see much of this patterning. Let me try and find, so see here, these are like deep red leaves, and it was all coming through just like that. And I was kind of, I like the colour, but I was kind of like, oh, like I'm losing that diverse colour that like this. So I moved it into a north facing window where it only gets bright indirect light, not even super bright, because the north facing window that I put it in was the bathroom window, so it's quite frosted, so it's like a frosted window anyway. And now he's starting to put on his lovely colour again, and oh, he's flowering. Where is that? Hello? There. Got some little flowers coming up. I feel like he's never stopped flowering, to be honest. Oh, he does have flowers in the centre as well. If you can see in there, there's a nice little flower in there. So there's really pale pink flowers. I'm not super interested in begonia flowers, like on the ornamental foliage begonias. So I don't really mind about it flowering or not. I never really notice, but it is pretty. It's like a little detail in there. But that is just amazing, and I'm sure you will all agree. But it is just like a very common begonia variety. But like, I water this, like, okay, I'll tell you about the soil and watering just so you guys know. I've never changed the soil on this. I potted it up into, it would have been multi-purpose compost. I don't think I would have added anything else to it. I'm not even going to be able to see. And I don't know if maybe I potentially added some slow release fertilizer in here, like so the Osmocote pellets, the little yellow balls that you get in soil sometimes. I may have added a few of those in here, but that would have been when I first got it, so like a year ago, over a year maybe. And their slow release fertilizer, they are supposed to only last 6 months, so there's an indication as to, I don't feed it is what I'm trying to say, other than initially. So he's looking that good all by himself, and I take no credit. I'll say with watering, I let it, because this is in the bathroom, I don't really, well, I do see it every day, but I don't really pay it too much attention. So I kind of just, when his lower leaves start wilting, or they kind of just hang down a little bit more, I'll then stick it under the tap, douse it for a few seconds. Probably, I do put quite a bit of water in here at a time actually, and then just leave it, and he does his thing, and then when he wilts again, I'll water him again. So, and he seems to enjoy it. But look at that foliage, that is lovely. And this is the one that I actually took the leaf cuttings of, and they are here, and they're all growing super big. So none of them, yeah, they're starting to get like speckles. Sorry, if I hold it still you might be able to see. They're starting to get like their speckles, but they're not really showing any more pattern at the moment. But these are growing so quickly, and I'm really happy with them. They're so cute. And yeah, so that is the last one. So let me know which one out of those was your favourite, because, okay, if I had to decide one favourite, I'm going to say the Ripsalis Paradoxa, only because that has been on my wish list for a long time, and it's like so not impressive to look at, but I see a future with it, and it's going to be like, yes, it's going to be really good. And he rooted really quickly as well, so that is my, I'd say that's my top one, maybe. Yeah, at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know what your favourite was, and let me know if you have any of these. Oh, and let me know what your what your personal top September plant was as well, because a lot of my plants grew quite a lot in September, like noticeably more than during the summer, especially the Hoyas. The Hoyas have like put on a lot of growth recently. I still haven't had any flowers on my Hoyas, which I'm waiting to see, but I mean, I'm not super worried about that because I'm more of a foliage guy anyway. But I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, I'll show you my other Skindapsas really quickly. So, right, so quickly before I go, I'll quickly show you my new Skindapsas. So this one is Skindapsus pictus argyreus. and it's just like quite a dainty little Skindapsus. You see the leaves are a lot smaller than the... If I put it next to this one, you'll be able to tell the difference, the size difference. So that was just really cute, and I had to pick it up. Yes, that was just really cute, and I had to pick it up because it was like a different variety, and I just love how small it is, and I'm hoping it stays that small. I have already taken some cuttings off of this, and this was only £4, which I thought was like absolutely the best price I could ask. So yeah, he's really sweet. And then the next one I'm really excited about is this guy. This is the Skindapsus pictus trebi, and originally I thought my other guy was a trebi, the main one, but I'm not certain, and after seeing this I think maybe not, because the colouring is so different. But this has like leaves that are like predominantly silver, and I just had to pick that up. This one was a bit more expensive, by £1 so this was £4.99, and I can't argue with that. That is just amazing, and I'm looking forward to propagating this one. So there we go. The new leaves are coming through a little bit damaged, but they were like that in the garden centre, and hopefully no pest damage. I did have a little look over and I don't see any pests, but it's just a shame because it means they're not going to put out any decent new leaves until the next leaves, which is, it's alright. I'm not too worried about that, but yeah, that is just amazing. So yeah, just quickly thought I'd show you those guys. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to be subscribed. And like always, I really appreciate all of your comments, and I'll reply to all of you. Sometimes it does take me a little bit longer to reply, but I apologise for that, and I always do get back around to replying. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.